50 Newton versus displacement mean?
No, that is, they have given you 50 Newton. There is a frictional force of minus 50 Newton.
Okay, ma'am.
So work done by the applied force. Boys, you can do this work done by finding the area from O, A, B, C, E, O, right? That entire shaded portion. You can do it in two ways. One is you can find the area of the rectangle ABDO plus the area of the trapezium BDEC, right? Or else you can go for the entire trapezium OACEO. Whichever way you want to proceed, you proceed.
Ma'am, don't we have to do the bottom part also, the one under the x-axis?
No, that is for frictional force.
No, that will be reduced from the work done, right?
Then when you go for the net work done, then you have to subtract both. First, we'll find what is the work done by the applied force. Next, we'll find what is the work done by your frictional force. Then what will be the net work done?
Ma'am, O, A, B, C.
So what you do
Yes,
is
ma'am.
you find the area of the rectangle, then you find the area of this trapezium. Should I do it along with you, or you know how to calculate the area of the trapezium?
It will.
Oh, okay. Should I do what?
Now we can just divide the trapezium into a triangle and a rectangle.
Okay, do what whichever is okay. It's up to you. Whichever is comfortable for you. Since mathematical calculations, no one can dictate. It's up to you how you find. But final answer should be the same.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Dheeraj cannot access the
I have
this
to
meeting, so can you invite him?
Dheeraj O, right?
Ma'am, I joined.
Sorry. Should I wait for you children to calculate, or will you be able to calculate? Able to calculate the area of the shaded portion that gives you the work done. Right? I'll wait for whichever way you want to calculate, you calculate. If anyone is finding it difficult to find the area of the trapezium, then I'll do. Some was that they want to find the area of the rectangle, then they are dividing this part as a triangle and a rectangle. Even that, even you can move in that way also. If you find area of a trapezium is tough for you, you can divide the entire shaded portion into 3 parts. You will have 2 rectangles and 1 triangle. Calculate what?
Ma'am, is the area of the trapezium 750 joules?
Correct. So then what will be the total work done?
8,750.
Yes, 1,000.
750.
Yes, ma'am, 1,750.
Boys, I have taken this entire shaded portion as 2 parts. One is the rectangle, the other one as a trapezium, right? I have calculated this way. If you would have calculated by finding the area of both the rectangles and 1 triangle, fine.
Ma'am, it's 1,750.
1,750. Others,
Yes,
are you all
ma'am.
getting? Now, can you calculate? 1 second. I'll move on to the previous slide. Now, if I have to calculate the area of, the work done by the frictional force, then in that case, I have to go for the area of this shaded portion. Right? The area of this shaded portion gives me the work done by the frictional force. So that is just the area of the rectangle. Clear, boys? Because your
Ma'am?
frictional forces is acting in the opposite direction. That is why minus 50 has come down. Yes.
Ma'am, I found the work done by the frictional force.
Okay.
Should I say the answer or never mind?
It's correct. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
May I know who is answering because I'm not seeing the screen.
Ma'am, Taisir.
Okay, thanks. Is that correct, Taisir?
Yes, ma'am.
So then you can find the
final
net force.
answer is sin 50 joule, right?
Yeah,
Ma'am, can you
positive
show
sign.
the previous slide? Yes, ma'am.
So that's it. So find the net work done.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, it's
Yes.
not related to this, but it's a general work question.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So if you're pushing an object in a sloped plane or whatever,
Okay.
so then
Fine.
will the work done component will be Fs cos theta or Fs sin theta? What should we take it?
So you have 1 second. Yes. You have an object, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So let me take this angle of inclination theta, right? So this will be mg. So this will be your normal reaction. This angle will be theta. Your n should be resolved into 2 components, right? So I'll go for this is mg sine theta. This is your right triangle. This one will be mg cos theta. There will be a frictional force, say it's kinetic friction. So what is the question? What is the work done?
No, yeah. How can we calculate work
Okay,
done?
work done by the frictional force.
Oh, no, total. By
Okay, then in that case, boys, what will be the net force acting? The net force acting will be F net becomes equal to g sine theta minus, because there is a frictional force. So this will be the net force. Work done will be equal to F net into your displacement.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Was shall we move to what is?
Ma'am, normally when we find area from a graph, do we have to take the negative sign also?
In case of a frictional force, right?
Okay, ma'am.
I'll go for the next one. Next type of numerical dot product. Fine, boys. Before I go for the dot product, let me explain this. A body is constrained to move along the z-axis. Are you clear with this? A body is constrained to move along z-axis, of a coordinate system. Sorry, is experiencing a constant force. Force is being given. What is the work done by this force in moving the body through a distance of 4 meters where along your z-axis? Now you have to be very, very clear about it. Once again, I'll go back to the component. Suppose a body is moving in 3-dimensional space, right? And a body moves in a 3-dimensional space. All our motion, we are in 3-dimensional space, right? We are in 3-dimensional space. When you look at a car moving or when you look at the motion of an aircraft, all these are 3-dimensional motion, right? So when an object body moves in three-dimensional space, right? We are in three-dimensional space. Keep that in mind. The position of the body, say at any instant, the position of the body is represented by all the three coordinates. In vector form, you write this. This is the position vector.
That's not the unit vectors.
Yeah. I'll just once again go through this, boys, right? When a body moves in a three-dimensional space, right? So it will have its x component. Means the body would have moved x meters. The value of x can be 7 meters, right? The body would have moved 7 meters along your x-axis. It might have moved 10 meters along your y-axis. It might have moved, say, 2 meters along your z-axis. When a body is moving in a three-dimensional space, what we see is a three-dimensional space. Your board, your blackboard or your whiteboard becomes your two-dimensional space. Sorry, two-dimensional plane. It's a plane, right? It has x-axis and y-axis. Where we are in three-dimensional space. So when a body is moving in a three-dimensional space, at any instant of time, let P be the position of the body, right? And the position vector with respect to the origin, how far the body is away from the origin. That is your position vector OP. Now that is being represented as xi cap plus y j cap. What is x value x? X is the distance the body would have traveled along x meters. See, the body travels certain distance simultaneously along x, y, and z. So in a time of t second, the body would have traveled x meters along your x-axis, y meters along your y-axis, z meters along your z-axis. Then what is I cap? What is j cap? What is k cap? I cap is nothing but the distance, unit distance along your x-axis. When you plot your graph in mathematics along your x-axis, one small portion, the first rectangle, or what you call it as 1 unit, you just specify 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. Now this is what we call it as, say, if it is along x-axis. This is I cap. 1 centimeter is your I cap. So y-axis, you always say that 1 unit, each rectangular unit is 1 centimeter. This is what we call it as j cap. So these are all the unit measurements. I cap, j cap, k cap are all the units of measurement along x, y, and z axis. Is this clear for you, boys? Still, I have not started the numerical. Is this clear? 11b?
Ma'am, but in this question it's given meters.
Yeah, can take. No, it has traveled 4 meters, which means your value of z is 4 meters, but value of k cap is 1 meter. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
No, now still I have not come to the question. So when a body moves in a three-dimensional space, it is somewhere over here, right? It would have traveled x meters along x-axis, y meters along y-axis, z meters along z-axis. Okay. Suppose if, as per your mathematical graph, what you used to plot. If the body is at point P, it will be represented by its coordinates x and y, right? Say when the body is moving in an xy plane. Xy plane means you imagine your whiteboard. On the whiteboard, say an insect is crawling along your whiteboard. Your whiteboard is an xy plane. Right? Now suppose P is the position of the insect at any time t, right? So it would have traveled x meters from here to here. It would have traveled x meters. So how will I write this position? P x comma. What about y coordinate? What is y coordinate over here? Boys? 0. It is traveling along x-axis. Its y coordinate is 0. You're not able to hear?
We can hear, we can hear.
Okay. Once again, boys, if you go for y-axis, y and x, say the body is at point P. So how can I represent this? What is this x coordinate? If the body is moving along y-axis, 0.
It's
X
0.
coordinate is 0. Y coordinates, suppose I take this as if y is difficult for you to understand, I'll put this as, say this value as 0, 5 meters or something. 5 meters. Are you clear with this? Are you clear with this, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Now look at your question. The body is moving only along your z-axis, which means what about its x coordinate, y coordinate? If the body is moving only along z-axis, then what about its
Ma'am,
x
the other two will be
coordinate?
0.
Yes,
0.
ma'am.
So that,
X was 0.
great, boys. So I'm just writing the general formula for your displacement. Displacement is a vector. I'm just writing the general formula of a displacement vector xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. This is the general formula for your displacement vector. Now look at this. The body is moving only along your z-axis. So what happens to x and y? The value of x and y 0.
Yes, ma'am.
So is it coming? Is it coming?
No, ma'am.
Who is that?
It's me, Taisir.
Okay, fine. So now your displacement vector becomes equal to 4k cap. Are you fine with this? Is this fine? Displacement vector is 4k cap. Do you understand why is your displacement vector is 4k?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, fine. Next, I'll go for this, boys. Work done. Your work done is equal to force vector into, because W is equal to F vector dot S, sorry, Fs cos theta. So we generally go for your F vector dot S vector. So dot product of two vectors will be, that is why we call this as a scalar quantity. If F and S are having a cross product, it will be a, your work done would have been a vector. Here it is a dot product.
So dot product means that you're using unit vectors.
No, even cross product also. Have you learned about matrices? Did you learn about matrices and
No, ma'am.
determinant? No,
I
determinant.
guess it's a 12th grade topic.
Oh, mathematics, they are dealing with matrices in 12th grade.
I think so, I'm not sure.
10th standard, you have not learned about matrix, boys. Matrices, you have not learned.
No, ma'am.
Because for the cross product, for generally for cross product, we have to go for finding the determinant of a matrix. Anyway, I'm not dealing with it right now. We'll go only for this, boys. Right? So W is equal to F vector dot S vector. Now, look at this expression. Only this expression.
Ma'am, so for work, we only use dot product.
Yeah, because work is a scalar quantity, though your force and your displacement are your vector quantities. So now what I have to do is look at the coefficient of I cap. 1 second, sorry.
What happened to cos theta?
Which one?
What happened to cos theta?
Ma'am, he's talking about
wait, 1 second, 1 second. I understood. Did I explain this? Sorry, this dot product, or just we only went for the mathematical representation before your vacation was?
No, ma'am, you didn't explain this.
Ma'am, you didn't explain dot product, ma'am.
Fine, that is great problem. I have to go for the resolution of vectors, and then I have to explain.
You said you'd be explaining this with
Yeah,
the
that's
vector
what we were. Yeah, that's what we kept those topics.
cross product.
Cross product, I have to teach a little bit of matrix, then determinant, and then comes over here. Dot product, but we didn't we add two vectors? Didn't we add two
Yes, ma'am. Adding and subtraction of
addition?
vectors.
Okay, addition, subtraction
ma'am.
we finished. And finding the magnitude, did we do the magnitude part of it?
Yes, ma'am. Root a plus
F
b.
vector is equal to magnitude into unit vector. Any vector? Do you remember that? Okay. Oh, then dot product, I think so. I have not dealt in detail. We'll see, boys, when I have to check, borrow some period from your moral education teacher. Today I have borrowed. I don't know when I'll borrow. I need to borrow to just tell you how that cos theta has been transferred to your dot product. Right now I'll go only for your mathematical calculation, how to find the dot product. Now look at this, boys. Minus I cap plus
Ma'am?
2j cap is plus 3k
Ma'am,
cap.
are other classes going to finish this chapter?
No, boys, I think so. 11th standard A. 11th standard A is along with us. Might be other two classes, I'm not very sure because I checked with the teacher. 11th is going along, 11A is going along with us. Kinetic work energy theorem.
Ma'am, C also, yeah.
11C? C is same because
With us only.
with us. But other two classes almost completed.
Like my friend is in some other class. I'm not sure. Like he said that he finished this chapter and they started a new chapter.
Yeah, boys. The problem is, if you skip numericals, you can finish the chapter. If I skip numericals, I can finish the chapter. Then what I'll do is I'll do only the theory. Then we'll finish off numericals later. That would be better for you.
Ma'am, but then we won't do numericals.
Yes, ma'am, we won't understand if we don't do the numericals.
Ma'am, moreover, we have so many numericals left to do already.
Yeah, that's what it's taking a lot of time to complete the numerical, boys. Anyway, we'll see.
It's chapters also.
Yes. Then we'll go for extra class. That's the only way. Anyway, I'll finish this, boys. Later on, we'll talk. Okay. What is the coordinate? What is the coefficient of I over here? Here the coefficient of I is 1, right? Here the coefficient of I is 0. Yes. Coefficient of I is 1. Here the coefficient of I is 0. So then I have to multiply both the coefficient. Minus 1 into 0 plus I have to go for the coefficient of j. In both the cases, it is 2 into 0. Then coefficient of k plus 3 into coefficient of here k is 4. So this becomes 0 plus 0 plus 12. So that becomes 12 joules. That's it. Copy down, boys.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Ma'am, in this case, we're taking the unit vector to be 1 meter.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
So that becomes equal to 12 joules.
So now work is a scalar or vector quantity, right?
Scalar. Work is a scalar quantity.
So there's no direction you need to mention, just
No,
the
no,
value.
no, 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 only just the value. Completed, boys. I'll move on. Now you have to be a little bit.
Yes.
Ma'am, in dot product, there are any properties to learn?
Right now, nothing, boys. This much is enough for you.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Now, what we'll do is we have started with work done by a constant force. Next is work done by a variable force. If I start with this, I have to introduce integral calculus. So what we'll do is we'll start with work energy theorem. Right, boys. Work energy theorem. Your work energy theorem states that how energy and work can be directly exchanged from one another. So the statement for work energy theorem is that just write this heading, boys. Work energy theorem. The statement is nothing but work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Work done on a body is equal to change in kinetic energy. Whenever there is a change in kinetic energy of a body, you can say that work is being done on the body. So work energy theorem, you are going to deal work energy theorem when the force applied is a constant force and when the force applied on the body is a variable force. So work done on a body is equal to change in the kinetic energy of the body. So whenever there is a change in the kinetic energy of a body, when you notice a change in the kinetic energy of a body, you can directly state that some work is being done on the body. Okay. I'll start with this. Write the heading was work energy theorem for the constant force. The very important 3-mark question. Right. So you are considering.
Can you show the previous slide?
So work done on a body is equal to change in kinetic energy. This is the statement of the theorem.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to prove that the change in kinetic energy is equal to work done. So now you are considering. You're considering a body of mass m moving with an initial velocity u along a straight line path. You're applying a force F so that its velocity increases to v, right? So d is the distance traveled by the body and a is its acceleration. That is the initial part of the derivation. That is, you have a body which is traveling with an initial velocity u. You are applying a force on the body. When you apply a force on the body, its velocity increases. That is why you say the body is undergoing an acceleration. So its velocity increases to v and a is its acceleration. D, it would have traveled a distance of d meter. Okay. Now look at this. The initial kinetic energy, you know the expression for your kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half m into velocity square. So the initial kinetic energy of the body is u is the initial u is the initial velocity, half mu squared. Final kinetic energy of the body is half mv squared. Then what will be the change in the kinetic energy? That will be half mv squared minus half mu squared. That's clear, boys?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can
Now
you go back to
this,
the previous slide for
this change in kinetic energy of the body will be equal to the work done. This change in the kinetic energy of the body is equal to work done as per your work energy theorem. Now you have to prove that half mv squared minus half mu squared is equal to work done. For that, now I'll go for the third equation of motion. What is your third equation of motion? V squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. So let me.
Could you just go back to the previous slide?
Otherwise, I'll finish this and then you can.
Just for a second.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So your third equation of motion, v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. I'm multiplying both the sides of the equation by half m, right? So that will not disturb the equation. So I'm multiplying your left hand side and the right hand side of the equation by half m. So m by 2 into v squared minus u squared will be equal to half m into 2as. So here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So this is nothing but change in kinetic energy. So here you will get ma into s. So m into a is nothing but force, right? Force into displacement. What is force into displacement? Work done, right? So now you have proved that the change in kinetic energy is equal to work done. That's it. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, change in kinetic energy is equal to work done. So this is your work energy theorem. Whenever there is a change in kinetic energy of a body, we just state that work is said to be done on the body. So half m into v squared minus u squared is equal to force into displacement. This is work energy theorem for a constant force, right? Variable force, we'll see it later. This is for a constant force. Now we'll go for the numerical. Right, boys? Start writing. A bullet weighing 10 gram is fired with a velocity of 800 meters per second. After passing is happened.
We need not write the this thing. What's
You have
the
to you have to write, boys. Otherwise, if I give
proof?
time for you to write, when
No,
will
ma'am.
I
No, ma'am.
finish?
Previous slides. Do you have to write that or just the numericals?
You have to write. You will get questions based on that. Question will be prove work energy
Okay,
theorem.
so we have to write the theorem.
Write the theorem.
Okay, ma'am.
Right.
Ma'am,
Now
show the previous slide for a second.
Ma'am, will you be uploading it?
you want me to upload? Okay, I'll upload this. Right?
Ma'am, can you show the one before the slide also?
I think you can understand this.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
The derivation, did you understand the derivation, boys? Did you understand the derivation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, will you be able to solve this numerical? A bullet weighing 10 grams is fired with a velocity of, so mass is equal to 10 grams. Mass of the body is 10 grams, so you are converting it into kilograms. Velocity of the body, initial velocity is 800 meter per second. So this bullet is passing through a mud wall, right? Passing through a mud wall, 1 meter thick, its velocity decreases to 100 meter per second. So its final velocity V is equal to 100 meters per second. Sorry, 100 meters per second. The distance it travels S is equal to 1 meter. Find the average resistance offered by the mud wall. So I have not. V is equal to 100 meters per second. Okay, your work energy theorem states that, right? The work done by the resistance, the work done by the mud wall will be equal to the decrease in kinetic energy. That is what is your work energy theorem states. Work done will be decrease in kinetic energy. So what is work done? It is force into displacement, which is equal to decrease in kinetic energy is half m into v squared minus u squared. You know the value of S. You can calculate your right hand side and you can find the force. Do that, boys. You need not write the statement. You just write what is M, what is U, what is S, what is V, F is what you have to find. You have to write work energy theorem. What is this? F into S will be equal to work done. Right hand side will be decrease in kinetic energy. Half m into v squared minus u squared. So calculate the resistive force. Did anyone find this value? Boss, did you find this value?
One second.
It will be negative, boys. It will be negative 3150 Newton. Because it's v squared minus u squared. V squared minus u squared. Or if you take this, you have to put a negative sign. So You calculate it later, boys. Just substitute and do it.
Should it be 0.01 kilograms?
Which one? 10,
Mass.
10 by 1000, right? 10 by 1000 of a kilogram. So it will be 1 by 100, or I can write 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 kilogram.
Ma'am, is that the answer?
Yes, boys. Just check whether you're getting it.
Yes,
Calculate.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go for the next one. Calculate this, boys. I think only 1 minute left.
Ma'am, it's already 120.
You copy down this question, and tomorrow I'll check with you what is this. Just copy down this question. In a ballistic demonstration, a police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 gram with a speed of 200 meter per second on a soft plywood of thickness 2 centimeter. The bullet emerges with 10% of its initial kinetic energy. What is the emergent speed of the bullet? Mass is equal to 50 grams converted to kilograms. Initial speed U is equal to 200 meters per second. Distance traveled by it is 2 centimeter converted to meter. The bullet, so final kinetic energy is 10% of 10 by 100 of Ki. That is Kf is equal to 10 by 100 of initial kinetic energy is half mu squared. So Kf will be equal to half mv squared. So use these both, equate these both equation and find the value of v. That's it. Completed? You can leave. Those who have complete this numerical and bring it tomorrow, boys. So we'll just check.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, boss.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you show the previous slide for 1 second just to see the answer?
Which one, boss?
The
This one?
previous. Yes, ma'am.
This one.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Guys, next class onwards, derivation. I'll just explain the derivation. Will you be able to copy it later? I'll just explain and then move. Otherwise, completing the portion is tough.
Sure, ma'am.
Yes, okay, ma'am.
You can write things later, because making you to write the derivation is taking more time for me. Will you be able to do it later, or should I go in the same pace? Decide and let me know.
We can do it later.
Okay, I'll just explain. If you have any doubts, you get it clarified. I'll put the PPT in your file section.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you stop the recording? Ma'am left.
Recording is still on. Damn.